Here's how to put in just the right amount of effort with your ex in order to make them chase you. I'm Benny Lichtenwalder. I help people get their exes back. And yeah, at some point, you're going to be back in contact with your ex. It might be right away after the breakup if they're chasing you, or maybe you have to have some no contact time in between there. But ultimately speaking, when you're talking with your ex again, there's a right amount of effort to put in. Do too much, you chase them away. Do too little, they think you're cold and you're not interested, and that's a problem too. But the right amount of effort is to go one notch below where they're at. So if you could read their effort level, almost like a volume knob on a guitar amp, they're at a 7 out of 10. Cool. You're going to dial it down to 6, and you're going to go one notch below their effort level if you could sort of read it as a guitar volume knob. Now, you don't want to be robotic about this, because if you do, they're going to sense that. They're going to think it's weird, and then the conversation is going to get really, really dry over time. So sometimes you're going to artfully break form and do a little bit more than them. Also, you need to understand about how frequent to be talking. Your ex should be reaching out to you most of the time. And again, this depends on how far after the breakup you are, if you put your no contact time in or not. So there's a lot of specifics here that matter. But generally speaking, when you're in rapport with your ex again after no contact, they should be reaching out to you first. But if they're not, you can kind of reach out to them once per week over a few different weeks to kickstart that interaction. Now, when you're talking, you never are going to talk longer than 15 minutes on a phone call. If you're long distance, that's fine. You can talk for longer on the weekend, and that's your date as if you were in person hanging out. Okay, but for that touch and go contact that happens throughout the week, like catching up and stuff, you're never going to talk longer than 15 minutes on the phone. If you're texting, you're not going to text more than 10 to 20 texts. Okay, and this is really important, because what you're trying to do with your ex when you're finally back in contact with them is to catch up, tease them and have fun, and let them go first. You're going to let them go first every single time. And when you let them go first, you're going to tell them to make the next move. So you're going to say, hey, listen, it's been really fun catching up. Actually about to go run to the gym, but yeah, hit me back later this week. Boom. If you do things in this manner, where you chat them up, get them laughing, let them go first, you're going to create a chase, and you can use the momentum of that chase to get them to ask you on a date, or to ask them on a date, depending on your gender role. It's really important that you don't give them total access to your time and attention, but it's also really important that you don't ignore them or be too cold. And what I'm laying out here in this video is the perfect amount of contact where they're getting like little hits of positive, emotions by interacting with you. You're teasing them, the mood goes up, and you're catching up, and they're getting to talking about themselves and all that stuff. But then you got to go, because you're this busy, cool, fun, important person that has other shit to do. And you can use this vibe to get dates set and ultimately get them back. Now, if you want some help with this process, click into my profile, click this link, set up a call with me, or join my community where every single week we do group calls. You can access my course library, and you can meet other people that are going through this as well.